Now, Bruce Bochy put together a starting lineup that looks like this, or rather Matt Williams put together a starting lineup that looks like this. The national starting lineup brought to you by Taco Bell. Sometimes you got to live Moss. Span, Rendon, and Worth. LaRoche, Desmond, and Harper. Ramos and Cabrera, and then the pitcher Gio Gonzalez. And if it looks familiar to you, it's because Matt Williams has not changed a thing, save, of course, his number 9 pitcher and starting, his number 9 hitter, rather, and starting pitcher. And on the mound starting for the Giants, the 37-year-old veteran right-hander Ryan Vogelsong.
Yeah, Ryan Vogelsong, look at that year. The numbers are a little bit deceiving. 13 losses. 16 times he pitched 2 runs or less. So you see the record there, and it's against.
And the 1-2 to Span records the first out of the night. 3 balls and a strike to Anthony Rendon. Out to right center field. Gregor Blanco out there once again tonight, 2 away. The next 3-2 is up for ball 4. Into the opposite field for Perez to retire the side. Indeed, a runner left stranded, underway. And
he's had a rough time this year in the first inning, a 6 ERA. If he can get through the first inning, everything else falls in place. Advantageous for both of these pitchers tonight.
2-2 to Gregor Blanco. Lines softly into the opposite field. On comes Bryce Harper to make the catch. Let's take a look at the rest of the Giants lineup, brought to you by Taco Bell. Sometimes you got to live Moss. After Blanco, another left-handed bat in Joe Panic. Posey, Pence, and Sandoval 3 through 5. Left-handers Belt and Crawford 6 and 7. Juan Perez gets a start in left instead of Travis Ishikawa, who had started each of the first 3 games. And then Ryan Vogelsong, the pitcher, bats number 9. Left-handed hitters to start the game against the southpaw Gio Gonzalez. Joe Panic grounds to second, and there are 2 away.
Yeah, and I thought
1-1 to Buster Posey is lined into left to base hit. Buster Posey now 6 for 15 in this LDS. Dramatics. Another base hit to left. Documented there. Here's the 1-1 to him. Into right for Jason Worth to retire the side. A pair of 2-out singles left stranded onto the second. A home run and a couple of terrific plays in left as Desmond pokes that ball out to left field for Perez. 2 home runs in the series. Offering at the first pitch here and sending a fly ball out to Blanco in center. Should the Nationals go on to win in 5 games. The sac bunt yesterday, executing it on 2 strikes, that led to the runs and the eventual win. Yes, I could see that. On a day before you made a postseason start even. Brandon Belt leads things off in the Giants half of the second. Call the ball, Maverick, and Adam LaRoche coming in and just flipping the glove out to make a tough chance look easy. 2-2 to Brandon Crawford. Into the opposite field, a base hit. For his part, Brandon Crawford's been very good against left-handed pitching this year. 1-2 pitch back to Gonzalez. It takes a weird hop and everybody's safe. And Vogelsong gets the bunt down here. It's a perfect bunt. In fact, so good everybody's safe. The 3-0. Till 4, he walked in a run. The 0-2 to Panic is bounced to LaRoche. He'll flip it to Gio Gonzalez covering. A run comes in to score. 2-0 Giants. Former National League MVP Buster Posey now, who on the first pitch bounces it to third for Rendon. And the damage is limited at 2. To get them to their current employers. And a swing and a miss by Cabrera.
Something to stay up all night long.
3rd strikeout of the game for Ryan Vogelsong. into the opposite field for Perez. 7 in a row retired by Ryan Vogelsong.
You know, getting that rest and having a you know, some work on the side with Rags, you know, really got me back on track, and I felt confident in going out there.
Wow. I mean, what's that like?
Well, I suppose you was part of the first one.
No.
I mean, it was you know what, it was one of those things where
and what might happen if this thing goes back to DC.
Well, you just got to be ready for whenever the manager calls your name, and I feel confident in what PV has to offer, and I'll be ready to go as well.
The next 3-2 to Rendon. Swung on and missed. The 3-2. And Worth pops it up. Posey hoping for a play. And he's got one for out number 2. LaRoche into the opposite gap. Perez is there with a play to retire the side. That's 10 in a row retired by Ryan Vogelsong.
Keep things moving to where the guys get back in the dugout, start hitting again, and get back to what they like to do best.
Fine play by Adam LaRoche to get it to Gonzalez.
Huge upsides that you know, they're just coming into themselves and really knowing what to do and how to do with what they've got, and that's something that you know.
Two-gun base is empty. 2-0 Giants, and a swing and a miss makes for a quick 1, 2, 3, 4th, 5th, and he gets Ian Desmond to start things out for the Nats, and there goes your no-no. The payoff pitch home, and Harper shoots it into the opposite corner. Desmond to third, where he's being waved around to try to score. He'll do so without a throw, and it's 2-1 San Francisco. And now Ramos. A broken bat flare that's handled by Crawford, and that's the first out of the inning. Cabrera grounds it to Crawford. So again, Harper kept in check, and there are 2 away. Ball 4. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Denard Span. On the ground to first. Brandon Belt scoops it up and gets Vogelsong out of any further damage. 1 in the Washington 5th. Middle of the night.
The left-handed starter and the lefties you had in your lineup wasn't in there long enough, and now you can turn it around with the right-hander Rourke.
Made 9 relief appearances and loses Gregor Blanco to a base hit back up the middle. There goes the runner, and Panik shoots it into the opposite field. Blanco will be unable to advance past second after. Posey with the drive out to center field. Span makes the catch. Blanco will tag up and advance to third. Runners at the corners now with 2 gone. A cue shot to first. LaRoche is going to come home, but nobody's trying to score, and that loads the bases. There was no force play at the plate. Games. Popped him up. And there are 2 away.
Down, and for the moment, he's given Blevins a chance to get out of this mess.
And Matt Williams hoping that his bullpen can do what he's asking of it. The 1-2. Got him on a breaking ball. To pad that lead, credit the Washington bullpen. Anthony Rendon leads things off in the visitors' 6th and lines into the opposite field.
The bullpen ready just in case.
Worth into the opposite field. Pence back at the wall and makes the catch!
Makes this so great is it's not your prototypical right field wall. You've got padding, you've got the tall wall, the splash zone, if you will, and he was able to get back there and make an unbelievable catch, and that looks like it's going to be all for Vogelsong. What a catch! About as tough as you get on left-handers right here.
LaRoche into shallow left center. Blanco's got it, and a couple of pitchers combined on a 1-2-3-6. 2-1 to Crawford. Is knocked down by Blevins, and they get him for out number 1. Starts in D.C. Creating something of a logistics headache. 1-2 to Duffy on a sharp hop to shortstop Ian Desmond. A great pick and throw to get him at the bag. And get another look at the big hard throwing rookie right-hander Hunter Strickland. 1 for 2. He scored the lone run of the game for the Nats. And there's a fly ball out to right for Pence. This one of the more routine variety. The 3-1. Harper hits it high and deep into the right field corner. If it's fair, it's long gone. That one is fair. Home run. And we are tied. And Bryce Harper's done it to Hunter Strickland again. And Ramos has a base hit. The 2-2. Locked him up for a call. Strike 3, and Cabrera knew it. 0-2 pitch. And Zimmerman hits a fly ball out to shallow left. Crawford going out. Perez coming in. That retires the side. Not before Bryce Harper's 3rd home run of the series.
Yeah, Rendon read that beautifully and came in anticipating that could be the
bottom of the 7th inning. Leading off is Gregor Blanco bunting. Rendon's on it quickly and snuffs that out in a hurry.
Play, and he made the play extremely well.
Panic lines out to left, a 1-out base hit. Posey lines to center with plenty of English on it. That dumps in front of Span. He had no play on a line drive base hit back up the middle. Of a batter-pitcher duel that replicated the first result. Ball 4. Two-one. 3 balls and a strike. It bounces away from Ramos. Here's Panic with the go-ahead run. With a shot out into left, it's handled by Harper, and the Giants will settle with 1 in a wild bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, that rule has confused not only the managers but the runners, and I maintain that
it was in early September when Joe Torre announced that adjustment, reacting to a lot of players and managers. Fly ball out to left center for Blanco. 1-2 to Rendon, a fly ball to center field. Can of corn style for Gregor Blanco, and there are 2 away in the 8th. Another fly ball. Belt says he's got this one. And all business 1-2-3-8 by Sergio Romo. And Crawford has a leadoff base hit. Bunter on the roster. Asked to do so here, drops it down perfectly. Soriano gets him at the bag.
Series is over.
That's bounced to first for LaRoche. So Crawford to 3rd now. And there are 2 gone. And Harper in the 9th. And we'll go there with the Giants on top 1-0.
The secondary pitches are awfully good.
A hit or a walk. Into center field. And the Giants are 2 outs away from advancing to the league championship series. The next full count pitch. Ball 4. And the tying run is aboard with 2 out in the 9th. Ramos singled in his last at bat. 2 for 16 with 6 strikeouts in the series. Harper stays put, and it's a ball and no strikes to Ramos.
Casillas not the fastest to home, but if it stays in a hitter's count, I doubt that they'll even try it. But with 2 strikes, I think they're more tempted to try and get that bag. And the general rule is you never want to make the last out. Obviously, it's attempting a steal.
Harper stays put again. Ramos fouls it away. And that's no ordinary last out. That's the last out of the season, potentially.
The hardest part of a closer in big moments is you can't think about how close you are to winning the game. You've got to execute the pitches. It was 0-2. And a great hitter in Harper worked a walk.
If it goes 1 at bat deeper, the switch hitter is Drupal Cabrera waits on deck. LaRoche flied out to begin the 9th. Desmond struck out on a controversial call. Harper walked after being behind 0-2, and now 1-1 to Wilson Ramos. 2 balls and a strike.
Two outs, nobody on. The Giants rallied. Tied the game. 2 outs, nobody on. Can the Nats return the favor with a walk?
Speaking of that stirring Game 2 comeback in D.C. on Saturday night. On the ground to second. Panic to Belt, and the Giants are going back to the National League Championship Series.